So, look, thank you for your patience, and if we could have Cameron Bradley come forward, please.
Just here?
Yes, and please sit down.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you.
It's like, join us at the Hague.
Look at that. All right, thanks for the opportunity to let me speak today. From my submission, I'm going to be kind of focusing on reshaping our city with a particular focus in mind. So the rebuild of Christchurch has become a bigger interest to me as time's flown by. My 2 cents are going to be a little bit more towards the rebuild than the long-term plan, but this is because the rebuild is going to be a big part of the next 10 years. I'm not going to be commenting much on the financial stuff because I'm not qualified to, but I would like to tell you about my vision of Christchurch and a few areas I'd like Christchurch to work on over the next 10 years to support the development of a high-end business and tourist destination. So one of my 2 wants is a green city. Greenness and environmentally friendliness is themes which are already contributing to big changes around the world. I've just spent 2 weeks in China, and that has been a big eye-opener to the fact that we really don't know how lucky we are. First, there are items on the surface, like the botanic gardens and the frame. We're already doing very well with these, but one area I'd really like to see the community make an effort on is with the Avon River, one of the defining features of our city, especially now with the Avon River precincts revolving around it. Then there's things below the surface, namely our amazing water supply. I think a tax, however minor, would be a good way to put the idea of water conservation into our heads, and perhaps even generate a little bit of extra revenue for the current shortfall. I really like the idea Councillor Manji mentioned in February about the quota system, which would keep who the tax might hurt the most relatively unaffected. The second item I believe is important now and in the future is entertainment. This is an industry which will not be going anywhere in a long time due to things like travel becoming easier and cheaper, the natural human need for social interaction, and more jobs having flexible working arrangements. Christchurch lacks good 24-hour spaces. An attractive, safe 24-hour zone could do wonders for night owls in Christchurch and could include things like food outlets, an internet cafe, time zone, a pool or snooker venue, relaxing areas, spaces for buskers, or even a basketball court. The square and some adjoining buildings could even be encouraged to be 24-hour areas and help create the square into an area people could go day or night. The proposed local alcohol policy concerned with on licence is an area I'm particularly against. I am under the impression that more harm is caused at home than in an establishment with security and more enforceable consequences for one's actions. I've also noticed that in some types of venues, namely dancing nightclubs, most people don't leave until they are either sobered up or forced to leave. So later closing times would actually cause these patrons to leave more sober.
Sorry, I'm not. I should have interjected before. When we can't take representations on the local alcohol plan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can skip that section then.
Yep.
That's all right. Oh, yeah. Well, that's all I've got. I believe our beautiful environment and top entertainment options can support Christchurch really well and create an environment that both us and the wider New Zealand can thrive in with high-end business and tourists coming from afar. Thank you.
Great. Look, I really liked your idea about putting more effort into, getting people's ideas, and feedback. Do you want to talk a little bit more about that? Because you made the point that you're one of few students who've actually taken the trouble to make a submission.
Yeah. Well, the sort of point I was coming at with that one was. Being sort of students, everyone's all really, really worried about what everyone thinks. And so, like getting out and actually talking to you guys, to the council, going to Raf and Leanne, you were at a thing at uni a couple of days ago, was it last weekend? It's just not something that students like to be seen at. So I think maybe
maybe it was just me and Raf.
Just being blatantly honest. But maybe something which isn't so obviously council related or anonymous, or some way to get these people kind of talking without without knowing that, without everyone else knowing that. Oh, I didn't.
Anyway, but that's okay. I mean, Ali's got a quick question.
That's exactly what my question was about as well.
Yeah.
But what I want to know is, don't you think it lessens or weakens the position that someone is taking on something if they do it under the cover or in a secretive way? I mean, I wonder whether social media and the internet and things like that has meant that your generation is less comfortable with, as you said, putting your name to things.
Yeah.
So how do we encourage you to do that? Because it's important that you own it and that we know who you are and you know who we are.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the reality is we all know who you guys are, but and we all know about the council and what they do, but a lot of the people they won't do anything about it. And I don't know the solution to that one. It's
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I don't know that anonymity. I don't know that anonymity is the right answer, because I was describing the fact that I never read the little points under the stuff articles anymore, because they're populated by trolls who seem to have one objective in life, and that is to remove my will to live. But anyway, look, thank you very much, Cameron. That was great, very helpful.
Great. Thanks
thank
a lot
you.
for that.